Todd, in the nicest possible sense, have you any idea what you're getting yourself into?
Yeah, I think I'm aware of what I've signed up to. Obviously, it's a massive football club. With that comes massive responsibility. But for the future and for where I was looking to move forward, I think it was a perfect fit.
Is that because you're looking to win things, to play in Europe?
Yeah, exactly that. I think I said yesterday, I've always been someone that wants to win, and obviously it's embedded in Rangers to win games, and it's something that I accept as a challenge, and exactly that. The European opportunity is fantastic. Every player wants to play in those sort of competitions, so yeah, I'm just looking forward to getting going.
Have you taken any soundings from people who've played up here before? Maybe thinking of Timo Pukki and Kenny McLean at Norwich, maybe Ryan Christie at Bournemouth?
Yeah, listen, I think everyone's obviously very happy for me. All of my friends and players I've played with have said their piece on it. But really, I believe in your own experience and going in there with a fresh, open mindset towards things. Don't get too tarnished by what other people's experience has been, because in life, everything for everyone can be different, right?
And what's your perception of not just this club but Scottish football in general, and where this club kind of fits into that big picture?
I know exactly where Rangers fit into it, and that's right at the top. I know that obviously Scottish football, there's obviously some big games up here. There's some big rivalries, which I'm sure everyone's aware of. So yeah, for me, obviously I've been in England my whole career so far, apart from a brief spell away. So yeah, it's going to be different, but I'd like to think I'm quite adaptable.
Why did you feel now was the right time to move away from Norwich?
I think, to be honest, sometimes in football, anything in life really, sometimes you just need a fresh start and a new set of scenery really. And I think at Norwich, as a club I came through at, is a club that I hold very close to my heart. I've spent a lot of time there. It was very difficult, but listen, as a footballer, you have quite a short career. It goes quite quickly, and I don't want to look back with any regrets. And when I spoke to Ross and I spoke to the manager, it was pretty clear that this was the right move for me.
What was the vision that they laid out to you?
The vision was, for me, the most important thing right now is to getting back to playing and enjoying my football. I lost a little bit of touch with that, and I think they sense that that's quite important for me. I think you get the best version of me by just enjoying myself. And yeah, when I spoke to the manager, his incredible depth to his detail in such a short sort of first opening conversation really opened my eyes up to kind of what it was I was potentially signing up to.
Has he outlined to you exactly how he sees you fitting into his plans here?
Yeah. Obviously, as a player, you want that sort of clarity before you come up. You don't want to come up as a winger and end up as a left back. So yeah, no, he's been pretty clear with what he wants from me. Obviously, naturally, every manager wants a player that's going to work hard and give him 100%. So that's the bottom line, really.
How important was that conversation before you made your decision?
It was the most important. I think for me and my career and where I sit right now, having a manager that believes in me, but a project where the manager here is building something, I think that was something that was really important for me. And at some clubs, that's not always outlined and clear. So to come here and to have it so clear was brilliant.
You've not played since November, I think, last year. How would you say your fitness is at just now?
Yeah, my fitness is good. I'm lucky, really. I've got quite a good base fitness anyway, and just because I haven't played does certainly not mean I haven't been working hard. So in terms of fitness-wise, I think I'm obviously not in the place I'd like to be, because you can only get match fitness from playing games, right? So I'll take a little bit of getting up to speed, but in terms of base fitness, I think I'm in a good place.
Last year, there was reports down south linking you with a move to Spurs, Newcastle, Chelsea. Was something like that ever close?
Listen, I think things in the past, for me especially, is something that's always sort of hovered over my head. Now, listen, I take great pride in what it is I have achieved and what I had done and the teams I was linked with. But right now, I think the important thing for me is to leave the past behind me and continue to look forward to the future.
The manager spoke about wanting to recruit players who can deal with 50,000 and the pressure that comes with Glasgow. How much are you aware of the pressure here, and are you a player that will accept that?
Yeah, no. I've obviously played only ever away from home at venues like that, which hold that sort of fan base. So to have it on my own side and behind me, I think it's going to be really powerful for me.
And the manager also said he wants players who are here for 2, 3, 4 years to build something. What is it you want to achieve over that time?
I think for me, right now, I think the important thing is lifting silverware. I think this club comes with that responsibility, as we touched on earlier. You have to look at this as a massive opportunity to win trophies, and in football, that's not always easy. That's not easy to win stuff, and you have to be in a good team with a good manager and good players to actually win silverware. So that is definitely the intention.
So you spoke about, obviously, you burst onto the scene in 2019 and a great season in the Premier League, linked with big clubs. Maybe the last year or so hasn't gone perfectly for you. Is this a sort of reset for you in your career?
Yeah, it is. I think I've got to take what I've done and take that experience with me. But also, you've got to leave some of the scars behind, right? Because you can't move forward if you don't allow yourself to. So for me, I've learnt a lot. I think I've got quite a good sort of catalogue of experience, really, in terms of good and bad over the last couple of years. And I think that will shape me into the player that I want to be viewed at now and in the years to come.
Todd, what type of player can the fans expect to see here? How would you sum up your game?
I'd sum up my game as someone that's very passionate, someone that cares a lot about the result at the end. I'm not obsessed with who scores the goals or who sets them up, which might sound strange as an attacking player. But for me, genuinely, hand on heart, the most important thing is being on the winning team. So I'll give everything I can. I think in terms of what you can expect in terms of what I actually do on the ball will be, I like to get on the ball a lot. I like to make things happen. I like to spot a pass that maybe other people don't, and I like to just sort of get the team going in a rhythmic way, really.
What was it about the conversation with the manager that made you believe he can get the best out of you up here?
I think for me, the type of player I am, it's really important that I play in a possession-based team. It's really important that I play in almost a free-flowing type attack. And here that fits a lot of different positions, which gives me a lot of space to really go and create and do exactly what it is. So in that sense, I shouldn't really have too many excuses.
Todd, you said when you had a chat with Michael, you offered clarity as to where it was you would be playing. Have you got a preferred position, and have you had a discussion about that with Michael?
To be honest, I think I've made my bread and butter really playing off the wing. But I think naturally I've always been maybe more centrally. I think that's probably where I would see myself playing in years to come. Luckily, that's where the manager sees it as well. So, I think he's aware that I can play in multiple different positions, and I think as I touched on, the sort of freedom and the rotation that potentially is going to happen here, I think that could leave me playing in an array of different positions.
You've got quite an unusual number as well, wearing the number 13. Some people perceive that to be quite unlucky. What was the thinking behind that?
Well, my answer to that would be, is it unlucky for Thomas Muller? I don't think it's been too unlucky for him. So, no, the number 30, obviously I was number 14 at Norwich. That was for a separate reason. And obviously coming here, looking at the squad list and the squad numbers, I thought, actually I want to make a number for myself. I like to think that, even the way things ended at Norwich, that I left a little bit of a legacy, and that's definitely what I'd like to do here.
How big a draw was the European football? Obviously, Rangers' achievements in Europe over the last year. Did you have a look at some of the atmosphere, some of the games here, and think, yeah, I want a part of that?
Yeah, no. It was obviously before I had any sort of idea I would ever be up here. I was watching and actually supporting them because as a lad, you want teams around you to do well. And yeah, no, it was massive. It really was. I think watching that final, it was goosebumps for anyone really. You didn't really have to be associated to Rangers at that point to understand kind of what a massive club it was really. So yeah, no, I'm very proud to be here.
Todd, you mentioned things haven't went as well as you would like maybe over the last 18 months or so, and leaving those scars behind. Have you had a chance to sort of analyse yourself why you think that was? Was it maybe changes in playing styles, etc. at Norwich, or things like that you think you can then be better suited to here? Yeah, no. I think as a footballer, things aren't always going to go well for you, and I think my career started in a very promising and sort of satisfying way, really. I didn't really have too many challenges come my way. And then, yeah, I kind of had them all come at once. Obviously, listen, you guys probably are fully aware that things off the pitch can affect someone on the pitch, just like any normal person. So yeah, there's been struggles, but listen, everyone has struggles off the pitch, and everyone has struggles in life. So I'm not here for a sob story, but I'm in a position now where I feel like I've got a mental strength towards a lot of things, and I've got a chance to prove a lot of people wrong.
Todd, Michael Beale's quite obviously very well spoken, especially a lot of players talk about how well renowned his coaching ability and things were. How much of a draw that was that, not only to come to Rangers but to work with Michael Beale and help, get that help from him to enhance your career and fully flourish in things?
Yeah, no, it really was massive. When I say it's probably the biggest factor of me coming here, it would be that. The manager, he's known me for a long time as well, which was important because he knows the type of person, but also the type of player I've been for the last sort of 4 or 5 years. So he knew exactly what he was getting get him when he signed me. And yeah, you know, he's had a pretty short, you know, senior management time, but the amount of sort of experience along his journey, and for me being still on the younger side of a footballer, I think it's impeccable for me to get this relationship going, and I think he can really get the best out of not only me but the team as well.